It's a great pleasure to be with you once again. Today, I'd like to talk about effects pedals and kind of their role in music as I see it, and the best way to kind of optimize your tone. So I come at things from a little bit of a unique perspective, I guess. You know, I started as a drummer, and I switched to guitar maybe about when I was 17 or so. So I was already kind of used to just pounding, right? Ding, ding, bang. Just going for it, hitting things with sticks. It's very kind of primal, and there's not a lot of processing involved. And so when I started getting into guitar, it was a similar thing. I'd just try to pound the guitar into getting the sound out of it that I wanted. And I didn't have a lot of good technique really established yet. So I would just kind of play in that really physical kind of drummer style way of playing. As time went along, okay, now you're the electric guitarist in a band, and I was fortunate enough in my band I was playing with my brother who also plays guitar, and so we were a 2-guitar setup. And my brother Mike has always sort of tended towards delays and reverbs and kind of ambient sounds. And even when we were kids, we got the 88 Digitizer 4 as part of Mike's rig, and started playing around with it and getting cool sounding delays and making whale sounds and all kinds of stuff. So that area always fascinated him. And for me, it was like, okay, Mike's over here, he's got these fabulous delays and reverbs happening, and I wanted to just be dry. I had the Fender Twin Reverb, so it was not dry to the extent there's no reverb, but it was like not a lot of effects going on. It was more like just the sound of the guitar. So, the music that we were making in the band at that time benefited from that juxtaposition of just sort of dry guitar sound that you could immediately recognize, and this more sort of ambient, echoey, sort of larger tonality. So we had kind of both of those flavors going on simultaneously. After the band broke up and I started playing music just by myself, it was an interesting thing for me because I had to fill all the space in my music with the kind of tonality that I wanted to hear. And so, then I began, I guess, thinking more seriously about effects and kind of how they could help in my music. Let me get a little closer to try to explain this. So, gradually started accumulating pedals and gear, and always had kind of an eye towards the best possible thing I could get. Now I've arrived at a point where I have like a pretty good method for what a pedal board should contain and how I want to use it. So bear with me for 1 second. I'm going to bring the phone over here and we're going to look at the pedal board together. Okay, maybe you can see that. Sorry. God bless America. Okay. All right. we'll just figure that out later. Anyway, so the way I think about this is inbound, just from the guitar, you want to have compression as the first effect. And what that does for me, and presumably for other people, is it's going to even out the volume of your notes. So I like to play a lot of arpeggiated patterns where I'm plucking out the notes of chords and just ringy-dingy kind of stuff. And having the arpeggios is a great, having the compression on is a great way when you're doing arpeggios to smooth that out and make it sound more even and full. Then it goes into the gain stage where I've got your distortion pedals, and I've got 3 distortion pedals. One is the Earthquaker Plumes. Second is a Real Tube by TubeWorks. This is from, I don't know what, a long time ago. And the third is the MF Drive by Moog. And that one is kind of like a wah pedal substitute for me. It's got the expression pedal in, and there's a filter on it, and you can adjust the filter with the pedal. And it sounds better than my actual wah pedal, which is an old Vox that I don't really dig that much. Then it goes into the modulation section. In the modulation section, one thing that you don't see people do that much is stack multiple chorus pedals. I love chorus. I think it sounds so lush and full. So I really like the sound of chorused guitars, probably from listening to lots of Rush. And also Michael Hedges used chorus on his acoustic and sounded awesome. So I've got this Italian chorus pedal by Triungulo that I really think is pretty super. And then the Strymon Deco is sort of in the chorus flange family. And the combination of those two sounds pretty cool to my ears. And after the modulation zone, we go into the delay zone. So I'm using a TC Electronic Prophet for digital delay, and then I've got Strymon Brigadier and Strymon Capistan. The Brigadier is dBucket delay. It also has modulation, so it gives you even a third stage of kind of warbly chorusing, which is really cool. And then Capistan, is probably the pedal. If I could only have one pedal on Earth, probably be Capistan if it's not the Strymon Deco. So somewhere in between those two. And then after all those 3 delays, then we're on the Flint, which is the Strymon Reverb and Tremolo. So that's kind of how I think about it. You've got compression, gain, chorus or modulation, delay, reverb. And I want to have the best possible thing I can have across those attributes. Yeah. All right. We'll talk to you next time.